Good morning guys, and welcome to the mountain reservoir. Today I'm going to try and give you some tips on how to catch more Murray Cod with lures.
Excellent!
My first tip would be try trolling. Now with trolling you can cover a lot of ground rather than when you're just sitting at the bank or on your kayak casting out snags. You can cover at least 10 times more ground and you can have 2 rods out, which means doubling your chances. Now with that you can also catch a bit of bycatch with yellow belly, redfin and even bass. So doubles your chance, you cover more ground. Now trolling speed, I don't think the speed really matters. I mean, you don't want to go too fast, I think, but I like to go a little bit slower. But as long as the rod, you can probably see it here, as long as the rod tip is bouncing away like that, and I'm only going 2.1 k's and the rod tip's bouncing, so that's what you want. And you can also feel it if you pick your rod up in your hand. You can feel that vibrating. So you can see that 2.1, 2.2 k's, pretty slow and steady, and that's just bouncing away there. And you can, if you're not sure, you can feel it vibrate. As long as it's vibrating and bouncing, you pick it up, you can feel that. Now the faster you go, the more I'll pick up the speed a bit. It's more, you can see that it's bouncing away there pretty fast. That's only 2.6 k's and already it's a little bit, you know, a little bit more noticeable. Now if your rod isn't bouncing, there's 2 reasons. Either you're stuck on a snag, or you got a leaf or a little stick, or you've snagged your own lure up with the hooks. So what that is a hook's come around your line or caught together and it just won't be swimming right. All you got to do is bring it up and recast it. Just make sure you got that little bounce in your rod. And if I put my leg on the rod holder, I can actually feel it vibrating. For me, I like to stick around 1.9 to about 2.5k. That's my ideal speed. Some days you might have to go a bit faster to get the bite. Now when I'm trolling along, I like to have one rod in the rod holder and hold one like this. The reason why I hold it, you feel the bite straight away and you can set that hook straight away. And sometimes it nearly rips it out your hand, but it's a good feeling. That's one reason. The other reason, you don't have to watch both rods. Well, I find you get a bit of a stiff neck turning this way, then turning this way. Plus I can just keep an eye on my sounder and my other rod. Lure selection. In my box, I like to carry a lot of stunt jumpers. Got a few minnows and these little cranks. Alright, my go-to colours would have to be more of the natural, so more of the red and black, sort of like a redfin imitation, this carp pattern, and this black and gold you can't go past. I've got most of my cod on that. And the other lure I like to use is these little cranks. I caught my first cod in here on this tiny 4cm Savage Gear crank, and that's more of like a natural bait fish colour. Also have a few vibes, some top water and some minnows. I don't really use them too much, but I like to use the size 3, the smaller ones, because you get a lot of bycatch as well, which is good when you're having a bit of a slow day. You get some redfin and some yellow belly. And that's it for the lures. Okay, so rod selection. I like to carry anything from a 2 to 5 to a 4 to 6 kilo. I've caught on all of them. If you want a bit more of a challenge, that 2 to 5 kilo will definitely do it. Today I've just got a Savage Gear 4 to 6 kilo and paired with a 2500. And I've got 2 3 to 5 kilos. Got a Zodius and a Vanford pairing. So that one's a 3 to 5 kilo with a 2500 reel, 7 foot. The other one's a 6'6". And I've also got a Shimano Raider, which doesn't really break the bank. That's paired with a 3000 ITX. Don't really need anything bigger than that. Some people like to use bait casters. I like my just good old spinning gear. That's just what I'm used to. I don't think it really matters, to be honest. But I just go for general spinning gear. Line class, all of them have got, 2 rods have got 10 pound with 10 pound leader, and 1 rod's got 15 pound with 20 pound leader. So not too heavy, not too light. And another tip, it's not essential, but I would consider getting a sounder. Now with this, what I usually just use, I don't use it to find the fish. I use it for the depth and to try to get as close to the bank as you can, because I find that's where the fish are sitting. So right now I'm sitting at 4.5 meters, and I know these lures, they dive to about 4 meters. So I try to sit between 3.5 to 4.5 meters. Yeah, right now, see, 3.9, and I'm not touching the bottom. See, without the sounder, you don't know when it changes. So it changes a lot. So you always got to keep your eye on the sounder. That's why I like having the one rod in the hand. I can watch the other rod and the sounder at the same time, and I've got my other hand free to do the rudder. Now it's 3.8. Speed's 2.4, 2.6. I've got some nice cod without the sounder, but you'll find you lose a lot of lures because you get in a bit close. That's why I prefer to have the sounder. Okay guys, here's a few cod I've caught recently at the mountain reservoir. Oh shit, there's a good fish. Another one. Put some drag at the start. Oh, it's another Murray Cod. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm fighting a bit now. Fucking hell. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Really?
Okay, I'll get you back.
Feels a bit coddish. Getting to the leader. It doesn't want to come up. That's the cod. It's a little one. I just turned the camera off. Oh, there he is. Only a little fella, but I'll take it. Murray Cod's a Murray Cod. Give him a quick measure and then get him back. There he is. Put him back. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.